run for 28 years. We create a yellow daffodil to raise awareness and money for cancer research. This money helps people with cancer as well as their families. Thank you for wearing yellow today.
Room 7 has been making prints of daffodils. We made a design of a daffodil on a piece of cardboard. Then we rolled ink onto the cardboard and pressed it onto paper. We hope you like it.
Thank you, room 7, beautiful. Just sit down, just place them in front of you. Thank you.
Room 16 has also completed some daffodil art. We made textured painted paper first and drew daffodils with red pastels. We then cut them out to create our daffodil art. We hope you like it.
Stay standing. After the first one, you'll all get the hang of it. Okay, turn your art around. Please turn your art so the audience can see it. Stay there, stay. So this artwork is made from Vivid and Dye. Lots of talking about warm and cool colours. Lots of patterning. So the children made their patterns, they practiced, and then they put it all together. Those who had finished made these fabulous little turtles as well. And here's lots of the other ones. All completely different with their hot and their cold and their shapes. Well done. Now you can come on. Oh, you're going to sit at the back. Just sit at the back with your artwork. Beautiful, beautiful. Sit. Fabulous. Next group, the weaving. Tahirua. You also have to appreciate that we have not been able to practice this, so it's all very, very exciting. So, the weaving group, off you go.
Hi, I'm Faith. Our group did amazing weaving with Mrs. Marshall. We made this weaving on a loom. With Miss Aya, we made rainbow weaving on a paper plate. With Miss Ballard, we made pom-poms. How we made the weaving was we used a loom and it was wrapped wool around it. We had to do a lot of under, over. We all did a school one. It was white, purple, and green. Look at our amazing weaving masterpieces.
Speaking. Thank you so much. And behind you can see the concentration. Stay there, stay. The concentration involved in this. Every time I went in, there were 3 classes. Every time I went in there, excuse the pun, but you could hear a pin drop. Get it? No? Okay. And here's the big loom. Fabulous. And as Faith just said, it was a lot of under, over. And these are my year 1 and 2 from my classroom, and here's Christina, year 3. Fabulous. Okay, sitting down. Fantastic. I love that you're engaged and looking and talking to the person next to you in between. As soon as you see the people on the stage, then we stop. Now, I called these parachutes, I think, but these are hot air balloons. Okay, come on. Well done.
Hi, my name is Nicole. I chose to make a paper mache hot air balloon during our art weeks. We started by covering our balloon with strips of white paper by dipping the paper into glue and making sure each strip was smooth with no bumps. Once it was finished, we left it to dry overnight. The next day, we covered the white paper with strips of newspaper. The third day, we did our last layer of white paper and left it to dry and harden over 5 days. We painted a paper cup and decorated with sequins for our basket. Also during this time, we sketched a picture of our hot air balloon and the landscape and collaged it using tissue paper, cellophane and magazine paper. We had awesome help from Sharon and Sandy, our wonderful teacher aides, and Miss Head's mum, Lee.
That one is forward, that one below.
In the second week, Mr. T and Miss Head cut a hole in the bottom of each balloon and hole punched 4 holes for our basket to be joined onto. We painted our balloon different colours and the next day we did a second coat. On the last day we mixed PVA glue with water and covered the paint with the mixture to give our hot air balloon a glossy shine. We sprinkled glitter all over our balloon. Some seniors helped Mr. T, Miss Head and Sharon to tie on the strings to connect the balloons on the basket. We all had so much fun making our hot air balloon. We hope you like them. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you, the hot air. Beautiful talking. If you want to just move back a little bit and sit down. Fantastic.
Just over 2 minutes of break.
Could I please have Talia, Rico and Romulus to come up to show the tree or trees. Rico, Romulus? No? Okay, thank you. Tahirua? Thank you. I'll have to be the 3 children who are not here. So Mrs. Greenhage, she did, actually who could hold it? Coming now. Oh, perfect. There was lots of work with hot and cold colours, making designs of the trees, and then the little squares are all tiny little bits of tissue. So there's lots of fine motor skills that were happening in those creations. Well done, thank you. There's Rico's again, up close. Wow. Okay, Pipiha, Mr. McGrail. This panel is going to go
te e mihi mahana ki a koutou i mātua ka hara mai ki kōnei, e mihi nui i ngā te a koutou. Thank you to the children that have come we're in the PPH group. So you can see that with our PPH, we were doing some Pacific Island designs as well, some proper designs. And we were trying to incorporate the PPH of our school, which mentions our Maunga Pipirangi is the highest mountain in the Waitakere Ranges. Te Waianu Tiriwa is the old name of Waitakeres, and we've got Opanuku as our river, and we've got our schools. So, anyway.
Tahirua. Well done. From what I can see from here, our PPH panel represents our past, where we were the Orchards, and cultures who settled here, of which my family were one, and the present and the future. So it also represents the many, many cultures within our school. Okay. Oh, TV crew. Is Charlotte here today? No. Okay. This one, the children went off and they made an advert for our school. They planned, they went and filmed, put it all together, and they're advertising our school. Oops, sound?
Yeah, unfortunately people tripped on it.
Oh. Well, I'm not going to try and improvise this one. Oh, now big clap. Okay, could we please have the Mosaic group? Okay, turn your mosaics around. Thank you. Thank you. These children again, every class I went into throughout the school was silent. They were so engaged, and the fine motor skills involved here, absolutely fantastic. They designed their own sea creature, they work collaboratively, and absolutely fantastic. They also made a big one, which was too heavy to bring on stage. It looks fantastic and will go somewhere in our school. And there were 2 classes, so there was lots and lots of mosaicing and grouting and all sorts of things happening. These were in my class, the 6-year-olds. I couldn't resist taking a photo, sorry. Okay, big clap.
Can you do me a favour? Can you can you broadcast your phone to the Apple TV just when Iris's group come up to do...
Can I have the railway group?
And so what you'll do is you will be seeing their artwork up on that screen because it's only little.
So just video it?
Yeah.
But just... if I get a text or something.
Oh, don't worry, you'll be right. And then that way... I can leave Teresa to video Chloe herself.
So
artwork that my group did with me.
Lauren will do it and then you can video for yourself.
The really cool thing about this art choice is that in 2023, these panels, these pieces of artwork are going to be printed by a graphic designer onto an actual tile, and they are going to be part of a collaborative art piece in the inner city tunnel that is being built at the moment, right in Auckland City. So in 2023, when it opens, we'll be able to go and visit our Western Heights special art work.
Don't slow down too much though.
Our theme was, all the theme was where would you like to go on a train?
If you get an opportunity to look at these up close, the fine, I don't want to pick out one, but this one that is up on, which is Haltian's, in the green, the detail is amazing. Look, every single artwork, oh thank you, but you can see the detail in the green, which gives it the texture and the shadowing and all sorts of things. Every single one is amazing like that, and again, fine motor skills and the concept, putting that, planning it, just amazing. Thank you. Okay, the Enviro group. Helen's here. Okay. Could some of the people on the stage?
Should we take the front row off?
No, I just need them to hold up. It's alright, someone's coming.
So, Tangaroa. Excellent. We're nearly at the part where we have a dance. We get to see lots of other things. So, the Enviro group, again, there's 2 groups together, and I think it's rained just about every day for the Enviro group. So, just roll over the ceiling, and the 45 children, or thereabouts, they painted picket fences, of which these are just a few. What was the number? 60 something, or there are about 60, 70 picket fences which are going to go in the Enviro garden. There were bird boxes made out of sticks. There were big murals. There's a beautiful tui, which was just too big to bring on the stage today, but you will get to see it somewhere around the school. The beautiful big tui. And this was, I lost track of where this one is going. The Envirogo. So and the colours, children were mixing their own colours. And here's some of the pickets, so they were undercoated, and then they had paintings put on them. Oops. So lots and lots of exciting artwork, and it's an ongoing process as well that will be seen around our school. Thank you very much, Envirogo. For the next group, alright? And you'll need to leave your art group and go here. Eyes and ears this way. One of my favourite artists. Oh, sorry, I can't talk when you're talking. Thank you. One of my favourite artists, Handavasa, and he likes to use lots and lots of bright, deep, bold colours and patterns and lines. So that's exactly what these children did with paint. There was colour mixing. Colour mixing, cutting, getting the circles, using textured paper. Fabulous, fabulous colour. Whoops. Okay, big clap for Handavasa. Well done. Up close you can see the textures, which are amazing. Now, bear with us as these children come off the stage.
With Miss Emma, I learned new skills like slip process, which helps to attach hair to my clay person. We use a garlic cushion to experiment making different types of hair, which was lots of fun. I enjoyed learning these new skills, which I would like to experiment with once again.
Hi, my name is Abigail and I'd like to show you my clay art. I made a dish and a bracelet and a brooch, a flower and a plate for the flower.
Come really close, guys. Come to the front of the stage.
It's just not going to work them holding up in front. Yeah, there we go.
There were lots of clay people, but they're still in a kiln. So these we're showing to show you sort of what the class was doing. Okay, well, we thank you, the clay people. That's only a tiny representation, okay, because they are in a kiln. Could we please have the sewing group up on the stage? Well, the sewing people are getting onto the stage, there's just a few of the clay, these lovely big clay pictures. Well done, sewing people. Can the sewing people come forward to make it easier to see?
Right up the front.
Up the front. Okay, Tahirua. Thank you. Thank you. So, we have these shoe bags at the front. Fantastic. These children got to, it was a double class. We had lots of grandparent helpers, lots of teacher aides, lots of people coming in and out. Oops. Huge threading skills, with the needle, sewing skills, just interacting and collaborating with each other. Absolutely fantastic. Big round of applause. Could I have the paper mache bowl people on the stage, please? Armin, Luchabelle, Debbie, Flex. Yes.
Alrighty, good morning Western Heights School. Miss Boyd and Mrs. Pram did the paper mache bowls. What they had to do is they had to rip up lots and lots and lots of paper. They glued their paper over a balloon that had been blown up, and they had to do many, many layers over the base of the balloon. Once it had all dried, it was hard, and that meant that they could paint it and decorate it. And they have created these wonderful paper mache bowls. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Great demonstration of the big kids working with the little kids as well. Mr. Jones. Tahirua. Thank you. We're nearly there. Thank you, Western Heights. Need all eyes and ears looking this way. Mr. Jones, as we speak, is actually at the kiln. So these people worked really hard, and these are some of the creations that are in the kiln drying. Okay, thank you. Tinfoil creations. Could those people come onto the stage, please? Okay, thank you.
Come forward.
This is just a small group of the type of things we did in my group. We made tinfoil sculptures. You can see dragons and you can see dinosaurs and even scorpions. Then we made our clay creatures, and some of us made magical mushrooms out of a very special mixture called pautaya, which doesn't need to be fired. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I just thought of that.
Can we please have the pastel chalk? We've got 2 more to go, 3 more to go. We have the pastel chalk people on the stage. Turn them around, guys. Okay, Tahirua. Fantastic. If I said red and yellow, what could you say? Red. No, you'd say orange. Yellow and blue. No, you'd say green. So, now that I have your attention, could you please be quiet? Thank you. This group worked with Miss Molyneux, and they started right at the beginning. They learned about patterning. They learned about all these words like feathering and, there was another word in there that I can't quite think of. They learned so much before they started to put all of their patterns together. They looked at korus. Their work was inspired by a New Zealand artist called Raewyn Harris. And it's always good to look at an artist with your artwork. It's so important. And they use the chalk pastels and the PVA resist. That's the PVA's gone around the korus to create each artwork. They focused on using lots of Māori-inspired patterning, smudging, blending to make each piece very unique and very, very special. And the koru is a symbol for new life, growth, strength and peace. Beautiful. Whoops. Okay. Well done. Thank you. Again, you can see the age differences. Fabulous. And in that class, they were so helping each other. Fantastic. Is Mr. McLeay here? Okay, Tahirua. Okay, thank you. Thank you. We've got this and 1 more to go. So we're not doing too bad for so many items. Alice. What Ella has in her hand are props for the shadow play. Well done, Ella. Within this shadow play, even with these little props here, it's all part of our STEAM. There's so much science about how we get the shadows, so much technology and how to make these stand, how to put them behind a screen. The technology, the engineering, the art, the maths, very, very clever. Later in the year, we may be able to see a shadow play on the stage. So this is just a very, very quick glimpse of what some of the children did. Sure, there was music.
It was. Like I said, someone tripped over the table.
Next one. Oh, block printing. But the people whose names I said yesterday, could you come onto the stage to get your block to show your print, please? Really quick. We've just got one more after this.
Tahi Rua. Right, let's have you look this way. Face the front. Just get comfortable on your bottoms just for about 3 more minutes. Do you reckon you can hang on? Alright. I reckon you can hang on, and that's what counts. So let's face the front and see what we can do. Thank you.
Okay, this is the block printing, which was similar, which is the same as what Room 7 was doing. I was so excited by it that we did block printing this week for the daffodils. So these guys, they had 2 shots. They produced something in the first week, and then the second week, with Mrs. Hill and myself, we had a very special guest, Mrs. Moyle, who came in, and printing is one of the things that she does, and still with jet lag, she came in and showed us how to do the block printing. I learned so much. We've done 3 prints, most of us, a black and white, 1 colour, and then a multicolour. And so the children looked at pictures of fish, drew their own, and then put the card together, and it was absolutely wonderful, wonderful, wonderful prints. And all of this, there was only Zoe was the only girl in here, and all the rest were boys, and most of them were senior boys. We had little Baden as a year 1, which is great. Arjun was a year 2. Fantastic printers. And the daffodils from my garden, I would actually like to give to Mrs. Moyle, who came off that aeroplane and into our classroom every moment of last week and this week. Right, one last tahirua. Okay, you're going, this is a really cool thing to finish on. You will enjoy this. This is the stop motion with Mr. Merritt. Thank you, Mrs. Moyle. And actually, as Mrs. Moyle goes, I also like to thank all of the teacher aides, the parent helpers, the grandparent helpers. Without you, these sorts of things cannot happen. The energy and enthusiasm of the teachers, fabulous, and the children. This is very cool to finish on. I don't know if Joe wants to say anything, but it's... Oh, we've missed one.
No, I've swapped it round.
Swapped it round, okay. What's happened?
It'll come. Play it again.
Okay. It's 3 very different stop motions. Listen to the music.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's enough.
Okay, thank you very much. Fabulous audience. Ignore the next bell and we'll ring another bell for you, all right? So you've done very, very well. Thank you so much. Beautiful in yellow, and it's just a snippet of our art week. Thank you.
Just before we go, two things. Sit back down. The next bell you hear, ignore it. Don't take any notice of the very next bell. We'll ring another bell after that. That will be the go into class bell. But before you go, we need to give a huge round of applause and thank you to Mrs. Pastovich. You guys, you got your choice and your opportunity because of her organisation and planning and enthusiasm. So thank you, Mrs. Pastovich.
Thank you, Mrs. Pastovich.
All right, you may go quietly with your teachers.